Good morning, everybody. I'm back with you again, playing some Inuyasha. Before we get started, we're doing this on normal. Music loud, sound effects off, because there's actually a thing for that. This is Inuyasha Feudal Combat, all characters mode. I'll explain more as we go. Yeah, if y'all are ready, let's just hop right into it in 3, 2, 1. So you can do any of the characters or stories or whatever you want to call them in any order you want. I just find it easiest to do Shippo because he's the hardest. So I'd rather just get it out of the way real quick. You might notice I was able to start before it said anything. That's what turning the sound effects off does. That was discovered by a gentleman named Rice. And yeah, this is just a generic like Street Fighter-esque style game. And what I'm trying to do with Shippo is try to get him to do this bouncing ball animation, because I can keep doing that over and over again if I get it right. Otherwise, if I don't, he does that where he'll do a backflip and like get stunned and give the other person time to recover and stun lock me. How's it going, Neo? Yeah, I'm back. This is a last minute decision by Alex, but I'm so thankful for it. Each fight is basically 3 rounds, 2 green health bars, and then a yellow one for both sides. I say both sides because that'll make sense in a little bit. Even the mighty Inuyasha has fallen.
You're that. Hey, you're that.
That demon raccoon. I've done this so many times I can recite every single line. On this stage, I'm hoping to knock him into one of these pillars because it'll cause a rock to fall and do huge damage. Not on me though, that ain't what I wanted. Yeah, it was on PS2. On PS2, there's 2 Inuyasha games, 3 I believe on PS1, 1 on Game Boy, and 1 on DS. And there's a few Flash games, but this here is Koga. Not really important. He just happened to be passing by and wanted to fight us because Inuyasha and him don't get along for some unknown reason. Koga, I believe, is the second fastest character in the game, right behind someone else we will see later that I don't want to spoil, but yeah. Try and get him in a corner, keep this attack up as fastest way to deal with him, but not a bad Koga fight. He can be a lot worse.
I feel unbelievably strong.
And coming up next is someone that Shippo should never be able to beat, Lord Sesshomaru. definitely don't want to get busy against Sesshomaru because he will not give a break like Inuyasha or Koga. He likes to punish. But he's actually being nice today and not punishing me, so I'm not going to complain. The reason I say Shippo's the hardest is getting him to actually do the balloon attack when I want him to. He just decides to do whatever he wants. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you, Neo. I didn't get to see that run, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, that was Shippo. Now we go over to Moroku and Sango. As you can see, after this we have Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's chapters to do still, and those are the fun ones, I'd say. This will also allow me to explain a not new mechanic to the game, but new to this run, is tag battles. Okay, Inuyasha, you can stop. Um, at the top, you'll see up under the health bars these little Chinese characters. I don't know the exact name for them. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Um, you have earth, fire, wind, and air. Water, fire, wind, and earth, something like that. And they are how you control your partner. Side note, you share the life, so what I did there is took out Inuyasha the first time, Koga the second time while damaging Inuyasha so he had low HP, but fire makes him attack the same enemy as you, earth makes him defend, water makes them attack the opposite enemy of you if there's two. And air, it says they're
You
supposed to
perverted
extend your
monk. I'm not gonna
combos,
take this from you anymore.
but yeah, it doesn't. Might be wondering why Sango and Kagome are beating up Moroku. If you know the anime, you know what Moroku's like, and we'll just say they didn't like his choice of where to eat. Yeah, during this segment, it's the only one where you can choose your character every time, so I could swap between Moroku and Sango every fight. But Moroku is arguably weaker, so we just play as him to try and control him as much as we can. Because even though it's AI, Sango by herself is still a lot more competent.
Can you get it now? Perverted.
This fight, Kohaku is notorious for guarding everything, but he decided to play nice because I have his big sister Sango on my team, so I'm not going to complain. That was actually a really good fight.
Stop, Kohaku!
I guess I forgot to explain the lore. Shippo, there's no lore, he's just being Shippo. Moroku and Sango, they start out looking for Inuyasha and Kagome, but whenever they run into Kohaku, Sango runs off to try and find her brother, because, spoilers, he's been missing for a while. And now we just somehow end up coming across Lord Sesshomaru in this room. Which, this room is notorious for these sandhills being the worst elevation in the game, and they will throw off a combo so bad. Kind of like that. Also, you see these red and blue things popping up. That's the targeting system in this game. When there's more than one enemy, you can swap between real easy, but when there's only one, obviously you can't.
Moroku, where's Kohaku?
And now the gimmick for this stage, there's these fissures in the ground, and they release miasma, so hopefully I can get one of them onto it and they will randomly start spewing out poison clouds, and we want to knock them down on the clouds. I can't see. Got one life down of Naraku, so yeah, Naraku's gonna be a fun fight later because he will teleport, and that's all he likes doing. Okay, I need you to hurry up and kill your brother, Sango. If need be, I could have ignored Kohaku there and just killed Naraku 3 times, but it's a lot slower that way.
Well, Naraku, it ain't.
Well, Naraku. And now it's just us against Naraku. His red orb is him teleporting, and his blue one is his block. But when it's only him, or anytime really, if you time it right, you can hit him out of his teleport. But it's not the easiest thing. And he will teleport as many times as he wants. Not where I want him to be, but I can't see. Hit him with the snipe.
The wind tunnel, it actually disappeared.
Thirdly, I like to do Sashomer's chapter just because it has the hardest fight in it. And I want to go ahead and get it out of the way because Inuyasha's the most fun and the easiest fights. Or, not easiest fights, but not the hardest. Come on. Once again, Koga, just because it's fun to beat up on Koga. Nothing really interesting about this stage. This is basically just the tutorial stage. No gimmicks, no elevations, nothing. How's it going, Applefy? Yeah, Inuyasha has like 7 or 8 games. Most of them you can play in the US. They have US translations, but one of them is a Japanese only. Here comes a new character, Kikyo. She, if you let her start firing her bow, she will combo you from 100 to nothing. So that's why I really want to keep her as close as possible. That way she doesn't get the chance to. But this is another one of those levels where the elevation can just drop my combo at will and ruin it. Uh, think of Street Fighter, but Inuyasha Asplov. It's from like 2004, I believe. Super fun game. It technically has another mode, but no one runs it, so we just consider this the main mode. And that was an amazing Kikyo fight. I've lost entire runs just because she'd take me from 3 bars of health to nothing with her arrows. And she has no cooldown on them, so she will spam them. Next, we have Naraku and Kohaku versus Shishomaru and Kagura. Why Kagura is on Shishomaru's side instead of Naraku's side. Sorry, I had a moment there and couldn't think. I do not know. I was hoping I'd had him on the pit to drop the combo. Okay, you can stop guarding. Yes. And she pushed him off. Even if they die, quote unquote die, if they're on the pit, they will be losing health the entire time. So that's why I'm kind of annoyed at her for knocking him off of it, because this could be a lot easier. It's actually a super fun game. I'd recommend it. But this was also my first game that I like fully picked up and put in the hours. And of course, Kagura is useless. I might die here, but and that's a death. No big deal, just have to restart the fight and get
This is
posed
the
on.
wind tunnel.
All that time save I had is gone. Thanks, Kagura. I am not gonna feel sorry for what I do to Kagura in Inuyasha's chapter now. Kagura, I'm about to kill you. And this is a typical Naraku experience. He will just spam guard and whatever else he wants. That, not the worst it could have been, but I do not like Naraku.
You are not.
And here we have Sesshomaru's loving brother Inuyasha. No real reason for them to be fighting other than they just always fight. It's their thing. But unlike Naraku, Inuyasha actually has a spine and won't guard every attack you try to do. Even if I can't see because of my asthma. Thank you, game. If you thought, hey, after that Naraku fight, that seemed kind of easy. Wait till you see what's next. The game pulls you into a false sense of security. This is what we call Demon Inuyasha. He is the fastest character in the game. And he's smart, so he will block. But blocking doesn't stop the miasma damage. So if I can get him on a cloud, see, there's where I was talking about, like, even when they're in the recovery animation, the miasma will still do damage to them. I'm glad he didn't get knocked out there. What you saw there was a clash, and basically it's whoever presses the fastest and has the fastest speed out of that gets the priority. So luckily he wasn't going for a combo there, otherwise I would have lost just because he outspeeds everybody. And that's the Shomaru's chapter done. One more to go.
Inuyasha!
So he finally stopped moving. Best line in the game is coming up in a second. Yeah, if no one knew what this game was, don't worry, he'll tell you in just a second.
I'm Inuyasha.
I'm Inuyasha. I've ran this game or Inuyasha's category in this game probably 4,000 plus times over all of them. That line is burned into my head. So this is Inuyasha and Kagome versus Koga. This is supposed to be the first fight you do, because when you start a brand new game, you only have Inuyasha's story unlocked, and you just unlock them one after the other. This is the tutorial fight, nothing to it. Koga's actually the weakest here out of all of his fights. And yeah, Kagome, she ruins combos just like she did there, so I hope she gets the same fate as Kagura in a few fights. The main thing you want to do with Inuyasha is put them up against the wall with this combo. And the very last attack of it is called Adamantine Barrage, and each one of the like bright colored diamonds will do damage. How's it going, Dark? So if you can get them against the wall and hit him with all that, that's his strongest combo. Running away from Koga, trying to find not Tsuchimura, Naraku, and run into our good buddies, Moroku and Sango. Same thing as last time I was on this stage. That's what I wanted to do last time, except I want to get both of them. I will take a little bit of damage to get big damage on Sango. Yeah, there's a lot of destructibles in this game. Each one of these rocks, if you break someone into it, it does I think like 8% of their health bar. I don't remember the exact number, but it does a decent damage to add on top of a combo. That's Moroku and Sango, and they just want to fight because we're going after Naraku, they're going after Kohaku. Yeah.
Sorry, Moroku, but I'm going.
This stage has a unique gimmick. You start inside this gazebo, not gazebo, but like you'll see what I'm saying. And you can knock it down. And if someone's in it, and it falls on them, it does a full life bar of damage. So it is, if I can get both of them in, and I'm hoping Kagome gets inside of it too, just because I don't like her right now. Okay, get up. It will instantly take them down to the final health bar. Oh. But yes, that is a giant boomerang that Sango carries. She is a demon hunter, and that was her weapon. I was hoping at least Kohaku would have been on there with Kagura. That way I didn't have to do a second bar. I could just focus all on Kagura and be done with it. Yeah, the spirit power you see at the bottom is like an ultimate technique thing. Don't really use it because it's slow, the animation is long. It's cool, but for trying to go fast, I don't want to spend 45 seconds on an attack that will do the same damage as a combo.
All right, I got Coke.
Up next is Kikyo.
Kikyo, it's you.
It is a fun anime. I haven't read all of the manga, but I've read a good portion of it. The gimmick for this room is this giant, it looks like a dragon, but it's actually a centipede flying around, and if you touch it, it deals massive damage. Some people like to get Kikyo in the corner and try to knock her up into it, and this is what I was talking about earlier with her arrows. Luckily I was able to get out of it, but also, for those who don't know, the reason Inuyasha's hair is now black and his sword is small, he's a half human, so I don't remember if it's a full moon or a new moon, but one of them, he transforms into a full human, and he can't use the power of his sword then, and none of his other abilities, so please get off of this hill. Don't want you up here, please. Thank you. And back to the hill we go. I do not want that. I'll take a little bit of time loss to not drop my combos. That was Kikyo. If you can get her into the centipede, it does a lot more
Kikyo.
damage, but it's so unreliable, and if you make a mistake, she will not forgive you. That's why I don't go for it regularly, especially not during marathon. But yeah, I thought about it, but just the first string put her more into like the center, and I knew I wasn't gonna get the timing for when he goes in, so I rather play it safe. Because he only goes into one hole and then he'll come out. Then it's like 40 seconds or something until he goes back into it. 40 IRL seconds, because the timer at the top ticks down 1 second every like 4 or 5. We will all take my ass, but I do not care. Just stay right there. And of course, you have to have the brothers fighting each other. It's what people expect. On Inuyasha's storyline, the only reason they are fighting is because Sesshomaru just happened to like find Naraku and want to fight him. And Inuyasha showed up and did Inuyasha things. Sesshomaru didn't even want to fight, but Inuyasha's a younger brother.
Okay, Naraku, you're miserable.
Okay, Naraku. I will try to get a spirit power off this fight just to show it off. Hey Naraku, you can stop. And this is a typical Naraku experience. Where he teleports is 100% random, but I swear it's 9% of the time it's somewhere within range because the developers wanted you to be able to kick him out of it. I said I was gonna do that, Naraku, not you. And this is how Naraku fights usually go. At least he got rid of Kagome, so I'm not worried about that. Come on. And of course, you want to block. This is Inuyasha's spirit power. I said, it looks cool, but it's not the most effective. And that was Inuyasha Feudal Combat. Thank you, Alex, for having me here.
Isn't
Thank
it
you for letting me
ironic
do
that
2
we
different
finally
runs.
destroyed Naraku for good?
Thank you for all the mods for the support. Um,
Hey,
Real quick
Inuyasha,
before I go, I'd like to give a
when we
shout out
first
to
met,
the
you said you
Anime
wanted to use the
Speedrun
Shipone jewel
Discord.
to become a full demon.
If you have a video game that's anime
Is that still
related
what
and
you
you
want to
want
be? A
help
full-fledged demon?
speedrunning it, you want to introduce it to other people,
I don't
feel
know.
free to hop
It
in.
sorta would be nice to be
It's
even
such a
stronger,
loving
though.
community.
Personally,
Yeah, that will do it for me. I will turn it over to Alex and the team, and best of luck to all the runners coming up, and everyone have a nice day.